What up, MetaZoo Maniacs and Cryptic Campers and Pokemaniacs? Today's September 14, 2025, and in this video we're going to look at 5 Pokemon cards that are absolutely going up in value. So this might be the time to buy them because they're probably going to keep going up. Or, if you have raw copies in your collection that clearly are not going to grade a PSA 10, this might be the time to get them up on eBay, or maybe in a week or two from now, because it seems like they're only going up. But if you have any of these 5 cards, this is probably a really good time to sell them, or maybe just wait a little bit. And in this video, we're going to look at the PSA 10 versions of these cards as well, and see how much those are selling for. So anyways, let's jump right into it. We got the Zapdos EX from Pokemon 151, Special Illustration Rare, English. All the cards are going to be in English that we're talking about. So on TCG Player, being listed for about $108.74. Let's go to the chart. In the last year, it's gone up 134% in value, and these are for raw copies. So back about a year ago, you could have bought this card for about 40 bucks. Then it went up because everyone loves Pokemon 151. Uh-oh, reprints. Oh, doesn't matter. Rip and ship, and this is where we are now. It is totally out of control. $94.53 is the market price for this card in raw condition. So right now, raw, this card has never sold for more, but it might be selling for more in a week or two, so maybe hold off. Who knows? And maybe it's time to buy. Maybe you could flip it in a month for even more. But anyways, let's check out the PSA 10s. So back on June 24, 2025, so just under 3 months ago, this card as a PSA 10 was selling for only $182.50. And then on July 27th, it was selling for $270 as a PSA 10. Hey, and that's Arizona TCG. Isn't that Nostalgianomics, the place that he promotes? Whoever sold this through Arizona TCG probably sold it for more than if they just sold it on eBay. And then on September 12th, so 2 days ago, sold for $455 in auction. Take a look at the PSA population report. There are over 32,000 sent into PSA and only 10,559 as a PSA 10. And currently, in 10 hours from now, there is an auction on eBay. It's up to $443 in auction. Now, when you consider the fact that only 1 out of every 3 on average are grading a PSA 10, I feel like $443, anything under $500, is a steal of a deal. I think this card's going to go up quite a bit more in value over the next year or two. So even if you're paying, say, $500 for this card as a PSA 10, I think in a year or two, you're going to be laughing. I think this is a steal of a deal, the price that it's at right now. Okay, the next card on our list is the Celebi V. And remember, it's not always the most expensive cards that are going up in value or that you got to jump on. I mean, Celebi V, selling for maybe 90 bucks. It's not the most expensive card, and it's a pretty sweet looking card. From Fusion Strike is above its old high. I remember when it spiked a long time ago. I mean, this card a year ago was selling for what? 27 bucks, maybe 30 bucks, $32. And I remember when it spiked all the way to like $40 to $80, as you can see there, about $67.55 as the market price. And then it dipped down a bit. And this is Fusion Strike. If anyone knows Fusion Strike, the box is going for over $1,000 now. Everything's out of control. Dipped down when the box went up though. Hey, everything else, any nice looking card in that set is going up as well. So now, as you can see here, in the last year, this card has gone up 181% in value. But how much is the PSA 10 selling for? So back on June 26, 2025, it was selling for $223.50. And now on September 9th, so 5 days ago, it's selling for $420. So literally doubled in value in the last like 3 months. And currently in auction, there's one at $370 in auction. There's quite a few other ones too. I think there's another couple that are about $309 in auction right now. So there's a few of them being sold on eBay. And if you look at the population report, it's just under 50%. I mean, there's 15,000 sent in, about 7,000 graded a PSA 10. Okay, the third card from Fusion Strike that is absolutely going up in value is the Mew V alternate full art from Fusion Strike. Remember, Fusion Strike is out of control. The box values are nuts, so everything that's cool in the set is going up as well. So we have a listing on TCG Player for $216.70. And let's check out the insanity on the chart. So it's gone up 119% in value. So at one point, you could have bought this card for about 25, 30 bucks back in October of last year. Went up. It was doing pretty well already. I mean, already doubled in value. And then the box went up and everything goes up. So now we're looking at $66.90. In reality, on eBay, these cards are selling for, in raw condition, just over $100. As you can see here, $137.69. But how much are the PSA 10 selling for? So back on July 16, 2025, this card, the Mew V alternate art, which is really nice. Like, I'm sorry, we didn't even take a close look at the artwork. That is a really nice looking Mew V card. Anyways, as a PSA 10, it was selling for $217.50 in auction back on July 16th. Now, about 10 days ago, a PSA 10 of this card sold for $510, so more than doubled in the matter of about 3 months. And let's look at the PSA population report. So there's just over 10,000 graded, just under 5,000 PSA 10s. And currently, as of the recording of this video, in 2 days, there is one in auction already up to $550. And I think the main selling point of this card is absolutely sweet artwork. This card looks really nice. We got the Mew VMAX, also from Fusion Strike, no surprise. Fusion Strike is out of control. So it's being listed on TCG Player, $500, $530, which is totally nuts. But when the box is over $1,000 now, I mean, maybe it's not the world's craziest price. Anyways, let's check out what this card's been doing in the last year. So it's gone up, what, 156% in value? But let's not forget, I mean, this card was selling for about $78.50, and it did peak once before to $207. And then it dipped down, right? But then the box went up, and everything's going up. Now it's back up to about $201. So it's not at its all-time high yet. It actually did sell for more at one point, which means clearly, with the box going up, and obviously it's out of print, all that good stuff, it's going to eventually decimate this $207 high point right there. So this card's going to keep going up. So if you have it in raw condition, I mean, if you sell it now, you're going to make some good money. I would hold on to it personally because it's clearly only going to go up from here. About 3 months ago, you could have bought it as a buy now for about $289.99. And then back on August 17th, so about a month ago, this card was selling for $295 in auction, right? And that's August 17th. Literally 2 weeks after that, because the box went up, the PSA 10 skyrocketed up to $436. That's absolutely bonkers in a 2 week span. They go from under $300 to over $400. Crazy. And then another 2 weeks later, it went up to $660 in an auction. That's absolutely bonkers. Let's see that one more time. August 17th, $295. August 31st, $436. September 13th, $660 in auction. So this card, I mean, if you have it in your collection, I mean, if you want to sell it, that's fine. I mean, you're going to make crazy value, but I think it's only going up. This card someday easily will be a $1,000 card as a PSA 10. I mean, it's going to take some time, but it's going to get there. And currently in auction, ending in about 3 days, we have another one that's at $455 in auction already. Let's check out that PSA population report. So 9,896 graded, 6,438 as a PSA 10. So it's got a very high PSA 10 rate. Now this is a beautiful card. The Tyranitar V had too much to eat. And this is one of the most iconic cards for alternate arts. Battle Styles, Tyranitar V, alternate full art. So in the last year, this card's gone up 98%. Now it's not as much as the other cards I've shown you, but this card is sweet, and I feel severely undervalued, even though it's going up quite a bit right now. So a year ago, it was selling for about $141. Then it dipped a little bit, and then went up, down, and now it's skyrocketing again. And who knows where this card's going to go. All the way up to about $281.20. But as usual, let's check out the PSA 10s. So back on July 13, 2025, Tyranitar V, Battle Styles. Crazy artwork. You know what, let's just appreciate the artwork for 1 second here. I mean, if you haven't seen this card, look at this artwork and tell me you don't want to collect this card. I know it's expensive, but it might be cheap compared to where it's going. Anyways, back in July, it sold for $435 in auction. And about a week ago, it sold for $757 in auction. That's what I'm talking about, the perspective, right? I mean, when it's $435, that's quite a bit. But 3 months later, I mean, it's selling for $300 more American as a PSA 10. And there's another one that sold for $760. And currently in auction, in 3 hours from the recording of this video, so by the time I edit this video, this auction will probably be over, but it's at $730 in auction. So will this card be a $1,000 PSA 10 someday? Hell yeah, it will be. 1,000,000,000%. So anyways, comment below. Do you have these cards in your collection, either raw or as PSA 10s? And I guess the most important thing to comment below is, would you sell them right now? Would you buy them right now? What would you do? Because honestly, right now in Pokemon, there's no wrong answer. If you were to sell right now, you're making good money. If you were to buy right now, it's probably going to go up in value. Anyways, comment below. Let me know what you think, and we'll see you in the next video.